The mind-expanding God metaphor. Let's do a mental experiment. First, we'll assume that some kind of God exists. Don't worry, we're not going to get religious. This is just a thought experiment. So let's assume there is a God of some kind. And here we are, humans on planet Earth. And we've been humans for about 200,000 years. We've had large societies for about 5,000 years. We've had science, if you count all the way back to the ancient Greeks, for about 2,000 years. And most of our ideas about God, the nature and the intention of God, are about 2,000 years old. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that our ability to understand the nature and intention of God is limited by our ability to understand our own nature and the nature of reality, to the extent that we can understand these things. Now let's consider something called the Drake equation, an equation that you can use to estimate the number of planets in the universe that have intelligent life. We start off with a guess of how many stars there are in the entire universe. Then we guess how many of those have planets. Then we guess how many of those have planets that are in the so-called Goldilocks conditions, not too far away from the sun, not too close. Then we guess how many of those have life. And then we guess how many of those have life that has evolved into higher complex forms of life. Then we can guess how many of those have intelligent life. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. The universe is over 13 billion years old. This can lead us to make a kind of a guess that of all the planets in the universe that have intelligent life, about half of them are older than Earth. Humans have been around for 200,000 years, or 0.2 million years. So it's a pretty good bet that there are planets in the universe that have intelligent life that are maybe 1 million years older than us. Now let's assume that they also have an idea about God. And they explain that in terms of their scientific understanding, their level of understanding of their own nature and the nature of reality, their understanding and potential mastery of things like quantum mechanics, in which we are still taking baby steps, their understanding and mastery of things like chaos theory, of which we have no clue. Now compare our idea of God to their idea of God. Compare any modern, mainstream, traditional description of God and God's intentions to their idea of God, what God is and what God's intentions are. Remember, we are basing this on an assumption that there is some kind of God. And it is likely, according to the Drake equation, that there are a few other planets in the universe that have intelligent life that are a lot older than us. And from these two assumptions, we get the idea that our idea of God and God's intentions are a limitation based on our minimal understanding of the nature of reality and our own nature. There are likely many other intelligent beings in the universe far advanced than us that have their own advanced idea of what God is and what God's intentions are. And because their science is probably so far beyond our understanding, their idea of God, their description of God, is probably also far beyond our level of understanding. What does this mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. But try out this argument with your friends next time you think the conversation may be sliding towards dangerous religious topics. You can use this mind experiment to pre-frame any conversation so nobody really gets stuck on their idea of God. To pre-frame any description of God as being really just a best guess, which is a limitation based on our own understanding of ourselves and our reality. To broaden your mind even more, please visit mindpersuasion.com. You can check out the links below. And because we make videos almost every day, please subscribe so you can continue to learn more. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.